So you've just found out that a friend of a friend knows someone, and you've been asked to do their portrait, but you only have 15 minutes. And the subject is Angelina Jolie. Do you have the confidence to do the job? You're listening to the Master Your Lens podcast, episode 129.
Hey, John Lee Dumas here, the founder and host of EO Fire, and welcome to the Master Your Lens podcast, the photography podcast dedicated to sharing inspiring stories, technical tips, and powerful secrets to help you become a better photographer. And now, your host, Matthew Jordan Smith.
Hello, Photography Nation. I hope today's podcast really resonates with you because I know a lot of photographers struggle with this issue. I'm talking about confidence. I get to talk to a lot of photographers, and very often I hear about this problem all the time. Now, people don't walk up to me and say, I have a problem with confidence. You don't hear that. You do hear about fears and worries. Can I do this job? Do I have what it takes to get more work? Can I get work as a photographer when there are so many other photographers out there? Will the iPhone kill photography? All of those fears, all those worries and concerns, they all come from the same place, a lack of confidence. The next new smartphone, the next new device is not going to kill your photography, your business. It's just a device. You are the artist. You are the visionary. Don't worry about those things. Just build your confidence and your skill. Actually, as you build your skill, your confidence grows as well. And today, that is exactly what we're going to talk about. How to build up your confidence so you won't have to worry or worry as much about somebody else stealing your clients, taking your work, being able to pay the bills every single month, support your family, and your lifestyle. Now, to do all those things and more, yes, you must be a good photographer. But it's more than just that. Having confidence in yourself and your photography can take you a long way, and that is exactly what we're going to discuss today. As you become better as a photographer, you will get many types of assignments that you could never dream about. Things will just fall in your lap. I began this show today by talking about the possibility of you getting a job to photograph a big celebrity, Angelina Jolie. Imagine that your best friend went to high school with her, and she's in your town, in your city, just for the day, and wants to be shot by a local photographer. She tells this to your best friend, and your best friend tells her about you. They call you up and tell you that they're coming over and they want to do a photo shoot, but they only have 15 minutes. Now, maybe this sounds like fantasy, right? Think again. These things happen. All right, maybe it's not Angelina Jolie, but you'll have a situation where you have limited time to take a picture. There will be pressure. It's a big photo shoot. So big, it could put you on the map, make your career, have everyone talking about your photographs. That's pressure. The only way you will succeed in that situation is knowing your craft and having the confidence to take your best picture. Before we dive deeper into confidence, let's talk about what kills confidence. The first thing is fear. Fear and worry. Will people like my work? Do I know my gear very well? Do I know how to use lights very well? How long will it take for me to get the right exposure? Will my client have patience while I'm trying to get my right exposure? Well, what goes along with fear and worry is indecision and doubt. Being indecisive, doubting yourself. Something else that kills confidence is frustration. Being frustrated as you try to get better at your craft. You've watched 1,000 YouTube videos. You're still having that same problem. Oh, and this is a huge one. Discouragement. You go somewhere, you enter contests, or have a review of your work, and it's negative. The review is being given by other photographers, and they tell you, I'd never shoot it that way. Talk about frustration and discouragement. That will do it, but it doesn't have to. Fear, worry, indecision, doubt, frustration and discouragement, all these things really eat away at your confidence, but they don't have to. What if you could have peace of mind, freedom from fear and worry? That's what confidence gives you in your photography. Now, everyone has a little bit of fear. I mean, we're all human. That's normal. Years ago, I spoke with Gordon Parks, legendary photographer, my hero as a matter of fact. And he told me everyone has fear. He told me that he had fear at the start of his career, but he never let that fear stand in the way, even when he didn't know how to do something. Maybe fear is stopping you from doing something right now. What's the worst that can happen? You can fail at what you're trying to do. But guess what? You failing at something actually helps you get over that fear of failure. Then you can try it again and conquer that problem, and you will feel so good. So, whatever you are fearful about right now, go ahead, do it. Face your fear. Don't worry about whether you fail or not. Then get up, brush yourself off, and do it again and again and again. That's how you get better. And that's how you build your confidence. You see, each time you fail and you try again, you are building your confidence. Right now, wherever you are in the world, you are probably using electricity right now, right this second. And maybe you are taking that for granted. Many of us do. You walk into a room and turn on the light without thinking about how powerful that is. How many times did you use it today and take it for granted? But if it wasn't for Thomas Edison, we would not have electricity. And he failed over 1,000 times. Now, I'm sure there were a lot of people saying that is impossible, but he had confidence, even though he was failing again and again and again. It's not really failure until you totally give up. So, don't give up. If you're trying something and you fail, worry is a big part of the equation. The what if factor. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if doesn't matter? As a matter of fact, it doesn't exist. There is no what if. It's what you do and what you don't do. So starting today, start doing it. Forget about fear. As a matter of fact, embrace the fear. I can tell you from experience, the fear doesn't go away. The more you accomplish, the more you try, the more fear bears its ugly head. But get used to dealing with that fear and take it on. Push through the fear. Just don't let it stop you. And don't worry about what everyone else is saying. Push through, keep going. Let's talk about indecision for a second. not being able to make a decision. That also comes from fear. The fear, if I go this direction, that this might happen. If I go that direction, that might happen. Being indecisive can keep you in the same place, stagnant, so you're doing nothing. When you are indecisive, go with your first choice. Follow your gut and become comfortable with your choice. And then once you make that choice, don't go back. Don't go back to what if. Remember, there is no what if. Now, if you're wondering, yes, we are talking about photography. But yes, it does go much, much deeper. Whenever I go to any photo conference, anywhere in the world, I always hear about photographers talking about frustration and discouragement after they've had their work reviewed and they've gotten negative feedback from it. I've heard this one for decades. Once upon a time, I had a really big idea, and I went to a dinner and shared my idea, and I was met with discouragement and people telling me, no, that could never work, or that's impossible, or I'm sorry, dude, that's crazy. Now, I'm not making any of that up. All those things have happened and more. I've been told that will never fly. That's impossible. Dude, you're smoking crack. Yes, someone once told me that. They told me my idea was so crazy, you must be smoking crack. Did that stop me? Absolutely not. Now, does it feel good to hear that? No, of course it does not. But when people are telling you their opinion, remember this. It's just that, their opinion. That person may not have the vision that you have. You may have discovered the best thing in photography since the invention of the iPhone. But everyone around you can only see what they see. They can't see the future. Maybe you have an incredible image and you ask another photographer for their opinion, and what you get is not what you expect. They may tell you, I would never do an image like that. And that is fine because it's your image, your vision, your point of view. Have you ever gone to an exhibit or gallery and looked at art and said, wow, I'm not sure if I like that. How did this painting, how did this image get in this gallery? Well, the artist believed in their vision and had the courage to put it out there. And somebody loved it. Guess what that does for your confidence? It gives you the courage to go on and make more work, create more photographs that are totally from your point of view. Today we have a lot of photographers who look to do exactly what someone else is doing. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. We all learn that way. But then you must take that and go further and put in your point of view. Mix that together. Learn from other photographers. Absolutely. There are a lot of great photographers out there teaching. A lot of great photographers teaching exactly what they do. And it's fine to learn that way. But I want you to not just learn what they are doing and copy that technique exactly as you're being taught. Take that technique, learn how it's done so you know it inside and out, and then add your own spin to it. That's when you're really learning. You're taking the information, you're using it, but then you're adding more to it. Then it becomes your own. And that builds your confidence. Now let's go a little deeper into this. One thing that makes a lot of photographers feel like they're lacking confidence is feeling like they really don't know their craft. I mean, deep down inside. That fear of knowing that we don't know our craft well is a very real fear. Not knowing, not sure if you can handle a situation. Let's go back to Angelina Jolie. You get this job, it's thrown into your lap. You're not sure if you can handle it. Your best friend and Angelina Jolie are driving to your house right now, expecting to get a great picture. You're nervous. Well, being nervous is fine. But if you are ever in that situation, I want you to go to the one thing you know you can do very well. This is not the time to try something new, to add all the bells and whistles. This is the time when you keep it very simple. Find that one technique that you can do very well. You can do it with your eyes closed. Whatever it is, maybe it's a one light setup. Maybe it's shooting in natural light. Whatever you can do extremely well photographically, that's what you do in that situation. Now, I say that because you want to put all of your energy, all of your concentration into that 15 minutes into getting a great image. And a great image is not about having 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, or doing multiple setups in 15 minutes. That's actually kind of crazy. You want to do just one thing and do it exceptionally well. So let me ask you right now, what do you do exceptionally well in photography? You only need one thing. That one thing that you know, like the back of your hand, where you don't have to think about it. Because in that situation, when you are pushed and there's stress and there's a time limit and you've got to get the shot, all of your energy, all of your concentration needs to go on the creative, not the technical. Now, if you don't have that one thing that you do well, this is where I really want you to pay attention. Learn to do one thing extremely well. Master it. Practice it. Get it down so if you are pushed into any crazy situation where you must get a great picture, you can fall back on your one thing that you do extremely well. That one thing that can work anywhere. We all need that. Something that you're known for. Doing that one thing over and over and over again gives you confidence. You'll know it better than anybody else. And then guess what? People will know you for that one thing. And they'll come to you over and over and over again. There are many great photographers who don't know everything in the world about photography. They don't need to. All you need is one great thing that you do better than anyone else. And then people get to know you and your work and request you over and over and over again. Confidence comes with experience. Sometimes to get that experience, you have to go through failure. As a matter of fact, very often you've got to go through failure. But on the other side of failure, you will find your confidence. So get out there. Try something new. Don't be afraid to fail. Because on the other side of that failure, you will find your confidence. It's there. It's waiting for you. So go get it. Now, if you want to work on becoming more confident, finding that one thing that you can do better than anyone else, finding the thing you can do under pressure, I want you to join me next week for a live webinar. Yes, I know it's been a long time since I've done one, but it's time for that again. So next Tuesday, September 24th, I'm doing a live webinar. And this webinar is all about finding your confidence in photography. I know this is a podcast and you're only hearing me, but I want to show you how to build your confidence in photography. And I want you to join me. I have a secret tool that I call the Confidence Builder. I'll be talking about that and showing you how to use it. So come and join me next week, Tuesday, September 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. At 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we're doing this live webinar. And guess what? I'll also be giving away a free Sekonic light meter. That's right. One lucky person is going to win a free Sekonic light meter. So you definitely want to join me on this webinar. And it's going to take place next week, next Tuesday, September 24th at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. If you are struggling with your confidence in photography, come and join me on this webinar. If you are struggling with your lighting in photography, join me on this webinar. If you are struggling with getting the right exposure, join me on this webinar. If you spend too much time correcting your pictures in post-production after you've finished taking pictures, join me on this webinar. I want to help you succeed in photography. I want to help you build your confidence in photography. So do me a favor right now. Go to photographylightingwebinars.com and sign up for the webinar. When you sign up and register, you'll be automatically put into the drawing for the free Sekonic light meter. But to win the light meter, you need to be present during the webinar. So make sure you register by going to photographylightingwebinars.com. Register right there. You'll be automatically put into the drawing to win a free light meter from Sekonic. But to win the light meter, you need to be on the actual webinar. We will use a random number generator to find out who's the winner, and it could be you. So come and join me on next Tuesday, September 24th, 2019 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This is not a webinar you want to miss. We're going to tackle a lot of those fears head on and squash them. I'll be showing you how I use my confidence builder so you can build your confidence. Make your process easier, faster, take away all the worry, and become a much better photographer. Be able to walk into any situation and create your best image. Get your exposure in 5 seconds without any worry about the tech. How do you get there? Well, come to the webinar next Tuesday, September 24th, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, for those of you who are wondering, okay, Matthew, aren't you in Tokyo? Yes, I am. What that means is I'll be doing this webinar at 2 o'clock in the morning, my time. Maybe you're wondering, why in the world would I do that? Because I care about you, and I want you to grow at your craft. So write this down on your calendar right now. Set an alarm on your phone, September 24th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I've set this time because it's probably the best time for the East Coast, the West Coast, and Europe. If you are in Asia, I will be doing another one for those who are in Asia. More details on that coming up very soon. But for everyone else, join me next Tuesday. This is just for you. This will be worth it, I guarantee you. So again, to register, just go to photographylightingwebinars.com. Register right there. photographylightingwebinars.com. As soon as you register, you're entered into the drawing for the free light meter provided by Sekonic. But to win, you need to be there at the webinar. We'll be giving it away at the very end. Before we leave today, I want you to understand this. You have the power within you right now to live your best life. Don't be afraid to live your best life. Every day is a gift, and you must use that gift to its fullest. Get over the fear. Get over the worry. Get over the indecision and doubt. Get past frustration and discouragement from others. When you do this, you will create better work. You will create groundbreaking work, and you'll be living your best life ever. All right, Photography Nation, I want to thank you for your time today. I hope this podcast episode sticks, that you remember it forever. And the next time that fear pops up, and it will, that you meet it head on and go through your fear, or go under your fear, or around your fear, or go over your fear to get to your confidence. Your confidence is waiting on the other side of your fear. So go get it. All right, Photography Nation, that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Master Your Lens podcast. Follow me on Instagram. I'm there under Matthew Jordan Smith. Feel free to leave comments there and let me know where you're watching the show from. We love those. Until next week, always dream big. Bye for now.